Hello, fourth grade. Today we will be learning about supporting details. You will be able to identify supporting details that are relevant to the main idea of the text after this lesson. We will be looking at a few examples, and I will be modeling how to find supporting details and what details support the main idea. Then, you will be responsible for completing the assignments in Schoology. So let's go ahead and get started. In past sessions, we've discussed and became experts with main idea. We know that every story or paragraph has a main idea, and that tells us about what the story is going to be about. The main idea is the most important part of the text. We have to know the main idea to know what we're reading or learning about. Once a reader has determined the main idea, they must think about the events that occurred in the text that support, develop, or illustrate the main idea. These events or details are known as supporting details. Supporting details provide information to clarify, prove, or explain the main idea. They often list parts, aspects, steps, or examples of the main idea, or sometimes they may list the causes of it, effects from it, or ways in which it shows itself to be true. Supporting details are not random or unnecessary details. They must be relevant to the main idea. If you need help finding supporting details, turn the main idea into a question by asking who, what, when, where, why, or how. The answers will give a set of details. Identifying the main idea and supporting details will help you understand the points the writer is attempting to express. Understanding the relationship between main idea and supporting details will increase your understanding of the topic. We can think of a supporting detail like a flower. The main idea is the circle of the flower, and that is the most important part, but the petals are the details that help explain the main idea. I'm going to read you this paragraph and then we will figure out what the supporting details are. The paragraph states, wolves are hungry hunters. To stay alive, they need a lot of fresh meat. A hungry wolf can eat 20 pounds of meat at a single meal. Because of their huge appetites, wolves usually hunt big animals like deer and moose. However, a hungry wolf will chase and eat smaller prey like a rabbit or a mouse too. It may even go fishing. Before I discuss the supporting details in this paragraph, I want you to think about the main idea. So we know that the main idea is that wolves are hungry hunters. Now let's think about the supporting details. So I'm going to go back in the text and see what sentences support that wolves are hungry hunters. Well, in the text, it says a hungry wolf can eat 20 pounds of meat at a single meal. That sentence supports that wolves are hungry hunters. The text also states that wolves usually hunt big animals like deer and moose. That means that they have a huge appetite and are hungry hunters. So the two sentences that are highlighted in this paragraph support the main idea. Let's look at one more example. Working dogs are amazing animals, specially trained to protect people and to make life easier for them. Some working dogs act as eyes for blind people, ears for the hearing impaired, and helpers for the physically challenged. Others help ranchers protect and move sheep and cattle from place to place. Police dogs help officers catch criminals, find illegal drugs and weapons. Search dogs are trained to find disaster victims and missing people. So I know that the main idea of this text is about working dogs and how they are amazing animals that are specially trained to protect people and to make life easier for them. Now I need to think about what details in the text support that main idea. Some working dogs act as eyes for blind people, ears for the hearing impaired, and helpers for the physically challenged. This sentence supports how some dogs are specially trained to protect and make life easier for people. Also, others help ranchers protect and move sheep and cattle from place to place. Police dogs often help officers catch criminals, find illegal drugs and weapons, and search dogs are trained to find disaster victims and missing people. These are all sentences that support the main idea, so they would be supporting details as well. So, now your task is going to be to read or listen to Chapter 4 of Wholes. You will be identifying the main idea, but this time you will also need to find supporting details. You will state 2 or more important details using your own words or statements. Remember, supporting details provide information to clarify, prove, or explain the main idea. In order to get the most points, you need to check out the rubric. All of this information can be found on our Schoology page. If you have questions, remember to use the community discussion board, or you can always send me a message directly on Schoology. I look forward to seeing your fabulous work.